What's going on, guys? I want to make a quick update video about how my Jeep's been. I've done actually quite a bit of new things to it since the last time I posted a video. Like a lift, got a new exhaust on it, just been driving it a lot. I've done a lot of maintenance type of stuff to it, and it's actually a lot better than what it was before, so check it out. So here it is. For the most part, it looks pretty much the same. Since you guys last saw it, I had the new paint job put on it. Pretty much looks the same for the most part, but just got this rough country 2-inch lift. Saved maybe about $100 by just getting the spacer kit instead of the full springs. Just figured I would try it out, and if I wanted to get the one with the springs, I could probably do it later. So pretty impressed with it so far. It actually looks really nice on this Jeep. I was kind of procrastinating whether or not I wanted to do a lift on it, but I think the 2-inch lift is probably really good on this. Gives it a little bit more presence and kind of just makes it stand out a little bit more, because before it was kind of short and, you know, wasn't really that cool looking. I think to give it a little bit more pizzazz, the lift was definitely the way to go. And on this, it was kind of a pain to do it. Removing the old shocks and moving those rusty bolts was kind of a pain. But got through it. It said in the manual for the rough country lift, it was about a 2 to 3 hour install time. It took me easily about almost the whole entire day to do it, just dealing with those rusty bolts. So it was a bit painful to do, but definitely worth it in the end. And pretty happy with how it turned out. Also, if you might have noticed, I replaced the tires. I didn't realize when I bought those other tires, but they were like almost 10 years old, so definitely not good to be driving on old tires. And you could just check by reading the dates. You usually find it about here, you know, somewhere on the tire. So it's good to check that if you're ever buying used tires. But yeah, I just got rid of those. They were pretty terrifying in the rain. So I got this BFGs. I really like these because they're not as aggressive looking. Just kind of went with a more easygoing tire, not too crazy. Also, a big thing I did too is I changed the seats in the interior. If you guys remember before, the old seats were pretty torn up, especially this one here. The bolsters and everything were pretty much gone. This whole entire bottom portion was destroyed. These seats that you see here are out of a early Sahara. Some of the Saharas came with I'm not sure if they ever came with leather, more likely vinyl. Maybe you guys could correct me in the comments, but my neighbor here actually lives over there. For his daughter, they bought a 2002 Sahara, a really nice burgundy red exterior and like a tan vinyl leather on the inside with the Sahara embroidered here, which looks really nice. But a reason I got these seats here is because I thought the green insert would really complement the exterior. And they look a little faded. I think maybe it's what I'm using to clean them, because when I got them they were really badly stained, and I'm surprised they actually cleaned up as well as they did. But really happy with the way these seats look. Also, I got these WeatherTech floor mats I'm really happy with. Just kind of everything I've been doing to this, I've just been wanting to kind of make it so it's preserved and doesn't get dirty so easily. Every single car that I daily drove for a long time, I always got WeatherTech mats. And actually went there. They have a warehouse right here in Bolingbrook, Illinois. So went over there. It was a little bit pricey, $184, but at least, you know, it's a whole entire set, and I'm really happy with it. So, you know, I won't have to worry about it getting so dirty. And also, that's my sun visor, broke off. As you can see, this little bracket here, you can see it on camera. Yeah, that bracket broke off when I was just adjusting the mirror. But the cool thing I like about this Jeep is that they basically have parts for everything. You go to any auto parts store and find basically whatever you need. And if they don't have it, then it's on eBay or online somewhere, which is pretty awesome. But I'm not really used to that, because for the most part I've owned a lot of Volkswagens, owned, you know, some Porsches, and, you know, a bunch of BMWs, and I've always wanted a Jeep. So I'm definitely happy I got one, but I'm definitely not used to basically going anywhere and being able to find parts for it, which is pretty awesome. So that's one thing I actually am really happy about. But let me show you guys the exhaust, because I've just put on a MBRP exhaust, I believe it is. I replaced the whole entire exhaust. So yeah, MBRP. So I could set you guys down right here and start it up. It's gonna be a warm start. I've been driving it around a little bit this morning, just kind of give you guys a decent exhaust clip. So yeah, I think it actually sounds pretty good. When you get up in the higher RPMs, when you're accelerating, like 3,000 or 4,000 RPM, sometimes, I mean, I rarely push it that far, but in those RPMs, it literally sounds like a Supra. It's so weird how something like that would happen. I'll try to catch it for you guys, but you know, I'm really happy with this Jeep. Definitely, if you're looking into buying one, I would totally recommend it, especially these TJs. I know that they do have, you know, a bunch of issues with rust and stuff like that, but if you can find a Southern one or find one with minimal rust that you can fix, it's totally worth it. This one I'm happy that I bought pretty inexpensively and turned it into what you see today. As it sits, I probably have more than, you know, I should have paid for it, but at least in this case, I have it exactly the way I want. All new brake lines, all new, basically everything. I changed some of the attachments on the engine, like the AC compressor, alternator, new starter on the trans housing. I mean, new lines, brakes, tires, put a lift on it with new shocks and everything. It's basically like a new Wrangler at this point. Also, something I was pointing out I wanted to do in the last video is replace this section of the frame here, because they rust out pretty badly. So you could see this guy here. They usually rust out around here, and from there it kind of spread. So I decided to do both sides, and probably am going to undercoat it once more. I've done the Rust-Oleum, which seems to stick on pretty well, and then also have done some undercoating, but thinking about putting something really rough on it and maybe Raptor lining these fender flares. These you know, side brush guards, the front bumper, just so everything matches, because all the textures are a bit different. Like this one here, the texture on this matches the brush guard on the side, and these are a bit of a different texture. So if I paint all of this, I'll definitely do the hardtop and the half windows, so it all has like a similar texture. But I'm trying not to go too crazy with this, because I do have another project I'm, you know, looking to funnel more money into, so definitely not wanting to go too crazy with this car. I mean, seeming as though I already have like close to $8,000 in it, but I think it's pretty worth it. I'm definitely really happy with it. I think it'll last a pretty long time. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Let me know what you guys want to see on the channel. If there's anything in particular, if there's something you want to do to the Jeep. I know there were some people commenting on my last video about the rear subwoofer I did. So this guy right here. So if I get, by the way, this is custom built. I made this myself. Really happy with it. It's actually been about maybe 3 or 4 months since I did it. So with that's all made out of wood, glued together, and it's actually holding up really well. So if you guys want to see me build that, please like my video. If I get, I don't know, 500 likes on a video, I'll definitely make a video about that. I will probably make it another one or resell it on eBay or whatever, you know, just for giggles, but definitely make it and show you guys how it was made. It's actually pretty simple. So leave a like, comment, let me know what you guys think of the channel, and see you next time.